Hi there, everybody. It's Ellen Weatherford.
And Christian Weatherford.
And this is Just the Zoo of Us, your favorite animal review podcast, where we rate your favorite animals out of 10 in the categories of effectiveness, ingenuity, and aesthetics.
We are not zoological experts, but we try our best to bring the most interesting and accurate information that we can.
And we're also coming to you from the land of the reigning champions, Super Bowl winners. This is my first time ever being in a city that won a Super Bowl while I was in it.
Same.
It's very exciting for me. As someone from Jacksonville, where not only did that never happen, it was never even a distant possibility.
They did pretty good this year. For a while, it was nice because I was just keeping a very casual eye on how some teams were doing. I was like, oh, nice. It was a good weekend. Yeah. Seahawks and Jaguars did pretty good.
Yeah.
But then a couple weeks ago, not so much. That's okay.
Well, everything's coming up Seattle right now because we won the big game, the very big football game, which people who have listened to this podcast know I've never in my life spoken on. I've never watched it. I've never cared about it. But this time, oh yeah, we were tuned in. We used my mom's login to a streaming service that had it on it. And we did watch it. We did the whole thing. We had chips and dip, and our neighbors came over and watched it with us. We had the full American Super Bowl experience.
Yeah. To give ourselves credit, I was fully prepared to pay for our own subscription.
I wasn't.
But then I saw that we were still logged in as them. So
because they were here a year ago and I guess logged in for something, to watch something, and then never logged out. So we were still logged into my mom's account.
I'm really hoping they didn't try to use it themselves and had some sort of problem because we were using it.
Oh, did anyone watching the halftime show notice that on the screens for Bad Bunny's show, they had this logo of a little mascot that looked like, to me, I think it was a Koki.
Yes.
Which was very exciting for me. Yep. I love those little guys.
I saw confirmation on that on several Instagram reels.
Oh, good. Koki mentioned. I mean, obviously the Koki was going to be mentioned, right? It was all about Puerto Rico, which was really, really cool. We did an episode on the Koki very, very early on. It was probably one of our first, in the double digits of episodes.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a lot of fun. The Seahawks won. That was great for us. I've been loving seeing all the Osprey content. That's been very exciting for me. It's fun seeing all this go Ospreys, Osprey hype, because that was our college mascot.
Yeah. Who famously didn't, I don't think still doesn't have a football team.
It's so funny that you say that because that specifically is in this episode.
Is it?
Yes, I will be mentioning that specifically in this episode. In fact, sports mascots are a fantastic tie-in to the animal I'm talking about.
Great. I was just thinking I'm the only one at this point who doesn't know what that animal is.
That's true. Well, but also I was thinking about a few things. First of all, Seattle just won the Super Bowl. So a lot of local pride. I'm thinking about an animal that is a local icon, something you're going to find around here. And also this time of year, it is now, mid-February, which is supposed to be winter. As I'm looking out the window, it is extremely sunny and weirdly warm out today. But this is supposed to be the time of year for this animal to come out. What do you think I'm going to be talking about? What do you think it could be? Something you'd see out and about in the wintertime or in the rainy season. We've seen them before.
Here?
Yes. We've seen them on our street.
Is it a bird?
It's not a bird.
Oh, God.
Opposite direction. You're looking up. Try looking down.
Okay. Is it earthworms?
Ooh, you're getting closer. You're getting closer.
I'm drawing a total blank. I'm so sorry.
Banana slugs.
Oh, we
have not talked about banana slugs yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Until now.
Okay. My mind went there for a moment. I was like, no, we've already done that, surely.
Nope, we have not. It's hard to tell, though, because we've done over 320 of these now. It's getting closer and closer to a coin toss as to whether we've done an animal or not. Now, banana slugs belong to the genus Areolimax. There's a few different species. I'm just going to be kind of looking at the genus as a whole. The one found in our area is the Pacific banana slug, and it is probably the most common banana slug, but they are found all over the West Coast. But there's a few different species, and these were submitted actually like last year. So sorry, I wanted to kind of wait for like the time of year when they tend to be out more. Like I wanted to wait for the timing because this is kind of slug season right now. It should be at least. This has been like a weirdly warm and dry winter for us, so I have not seen banana slugs out as much as I normally do. But last year, these were submitted by Garrick Hachet from Vancouver, Canada. I'm getting my information from a lot of different sources that will be cited in the episode description, including the U.S. National Park Service and a KQED article by Mallory Pickett titled Banana Slugs, Secret of the Slime. So I'm going to be talking a lot about slime today.
Okay.
This is going to be a slime-heavy episode. It's real slime hours today. To me, the most immediately obvious noticeable trait of the Pacific banana slug, the first time I saw one, is its sheer size. We've seen these out and about in the wild, and we've seen big ones. Yeah. Like, when I see like a fully grown big one, I always try to make sure I take a picture with my hand next to it so you can see, like, these things are the size of your hand. Yeah. They can get up to a max of like 10 to 12 inches long. Massive slug. And they're also really like thick and bulky too. You know what I mean? They've got a lot of heft to them.
Because in Florida, I feel like the garden variety slug was very little, very tiny.
We had some larger slugs that were like, I remember finding one that was like a snail-eating slug. Oh. And that one was a little bit bigger. But yeah, you really don't get those huge slugs. And actually, this is one of the largest terrestrial slugs. They're going to be found in forests, particularly on the forest floor. These are ground dwellers. You'll find them in the leaf litter, under logs, stuff like that, in forests along the west coast of the United States and Canada. And they belong to the taxonomic family Areolimacidae, which are a family of terrestrial slugs. And I'm not going to dwell on taxonomy here because there's nothing particularly interesting about it in this case. And I mentioned this a little bit in the Sea Angel episode a few months ago, but like slug is not a taxonomic category. It's more of a morphological description. It just means a gastropod without a shell. Okay. So for example, like these banana slugs are more closely related to things like garden snails than they would be to a sea slug, like a nudibranch or something like that. It's convergent evolution that different branches of the gastropod family lost their external shells multiple times. It doesn't necessarily mean that they're related to each other. And I think that probably has to do with the fact that they do like live on the forest floor. They have to like crawl underneath stuff. So if they had a big shell on their back, it would be getting snagged on stuff and like it would hold them back, I feel like. So they kind of had to make some trade-offs there because the shell for gastropods tends to be their like first line of defense, right? You got no hard parts on your body. Right. That's super snackable, right? You're just a grub. You're just like a soft-bodied and very inviting little thing wiggling around. And you're very, very slow, too.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it wasn't an anime moment, like, where they take off the weights and, like...
They were weighted. It's a Goku moment. Like, these
Still
were
slow.
Only... Yeah, these were only holding me back.
Yeah.
No, they are still extremely slow. And in fact, banana slugs are even slower than like a lot of other types of snails. Wow. Like, they are particularly slow even among snails and slugs.
So I'm guessing the benefit really lies in not having to use resources to make the shell.
That's true, because the shell, the body has to make the shell, right? So the body has to be dumping a lot of like calcium. I think it's calcium carbonate, I think, that the body is making the shell out of. So like your body is expending a lot of metabolic energy and nutrients and stuff to make that shell. So if you don't have to make that shell, then that's going to free your body up to do a lot more cool stuff. Yeah. But it also leaves you defenseless, especially if you're also really slow and you can't escape from things very well. So this brings me to the first category that we rate animals on, which in this podcast is effectiveness, physical adaptations, things in the animal's body that let them do a good job of the things that they're trying to do. And I'm giving banana slugs a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
The slime here is really the slug's bread and butter. A lot of this conversation is going to be about slime. And I mean it quite literally when I say it, too. You're like making a face.
I don't like those words in that order.
Slime, bread, and butter.
Yeah.
It's like a slime toast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like not enough slime spread over too much bread.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Sometimes. Some days. Banana slugs really use this slime for nearly every aspect of their life. It's helping them in every department of slug life. First of all, what a lot of people might know, and what you might notice is that when you see a slug crawl somewhere, right, there's always going to be that little shiny trail of slime behind them.
Yeah.
So do you know why they like drop slime underneath them when they're crawling around?
I have a guess.
What's your guess?
Just to lubricate the ground for themselves. Yeah,
really. It is a lubricant. Like say they're crawling across a sidewalk.
Yeah.
Right? The concrete is going to be bumpy and scratchy.
Yeah.
Anyone who's ever walked around on concrete barefoot knows it doesn't feel good. And especially if you're tiny, you're only 10 inches long and soft.
It's a mobile slip and slide.
It is a mobile slip and slide. So it fills in all of those little crevices and sharp edges and corners in the ground and gives them a smooth surface to crawl across, because they're basically dragging their body, right? They can't like pick their body up and take a step. They have to drag across the ground. So it's reducing the friction so that they're not getting the bottom of their body all scratched up. It also absorbs moisture from the environment around them. It helps protect them from drying out. For example, during the summertime, which is the dry season, they will sort of shrink up a little bit and coat themselves in this mucus. And the mucus absorbs moisture from the air, from the soil, from everything around it, and keeps the slug's body from drying up, even when they're going, months at a time without much rain.
Does it stop them from losing the moisture they have, or does it have to allow that passage, like to be able to pull in air, I wonder?
Yeah, so it's basically forming like a barrier between their skin and the air around them so that they're not losing their own moisture to the air around them.
But still somehow absorbing moisture from the outside.
I'm going to talk more about like the structure of the mucus in a minute because it is very interesting.
Please tell me it's not salt gates.
It's not what?
It's not salt or sodium gates.
I would not. I would never do that to you. If I never hear about sodium gates ever again in my life, it'll be too soon. I love you, sodium gates, but I do not want to learn any more about you. I'm sorry. You are very difficult to understand. But another thing it helps them do is it protects them from predators. It is very unpleasant. Like I mentioned, it absorbs moisture from the air environment around it. Like it just sucks up every little bit of water and moisture it can. So can you imagine popping one of those bad boys in your mouth?
It's counterintuitive.
How so?
I guess for something that has that property, you would like what you're imagining from a touch and seeing perspective, like something rough, something crumbly, something like a dry sponge, right? But then this starts off just wet.
It looks wet and gushy. It looks like a gusher, right? Like you're going to pop it in your mouth and it's going to be like hydrating, right? But instead it just gives you like the worst cotton mouth you've ever had.
It's the worst of both worlds.
Yeah.
Bad texture, bad moisture.
It's all around bad. It's a bad time. It's really nasty. I have heard, because I saw a few different sources say that it has like a numbing, like an anesthetic effect, basically, that like when you come into contact with it, it like numbs the skin that it touches. But then I was reading this interview by Lookout Santa Cruz with a University of California, Santa Cruz researcher named Janet Leonard, who I will be talking more about this interview later. It's fascinating. She's a researcher who has been working with banana slugs for decades. And one of the things they asked was if it's true that kissing a banana slug makes your lips tingle, which I guess is a common thing. I didn't grow up in this area, so this seems like one of those things that like kids do, like how like kids in Florida would like put lizards on their ears and fingers and stuff like that. Like I feel like it's one of those things that like you grow up hearing about.
Okay.
So they asked her if it was true, and she said, Well, students are always talking about this, and so eventually I tried it, and it is sort of a funny feeling, but I don't think it's really anything special chemically. I think it's just that they've got a very stiff mucus. As it dries out your lips, it sort of feels funny, but I would be cautious about kissing a wild banana slug because they're famous for eating both poison oak and death angel mushrooms.
Oh.
You pick one up from the field, you don't know where it's been. The one I kissed was one that had been in the lab for a long time, and I sort of knew it had been eating. Like,
have yourself a little toxin as a treat.
A seasoning. Listen, as someone who regularly eats capsaicin, which is meant to be like a hostile toxin.
That hurt a little bit. I'm going to do that again.
Can you make it hurt more?
Just a little more.
You just a little bit more? Like you want it butting up against that pain threshold that's like you definitely recreationally poison yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, well, it's not a pleasant feeling. It's not something that anybody likes. I would imagine that if you swallowed this like mucus saliva, it would probably do some damage to your gastrointestinal system.
Yeah. Just
from drying you out, right?
Wasn't there a story of someone in Australia who swallowed a whole slug on a dare and then like died from it?
I don't know. I mean, I doubt it was this type of slug.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But I will talk a little bit later about possible culinary uses for the slug. But also, this is not like a perfect predator defense because it is just the mucus.
Yeah.
If you can get the mucus off or somehow avoid the mucus, there's nothing else preventing you from eating the banana slug. So what raccoons will do...
That's so funny. That's where my mind was going. Like,
really? What do you think they do?
They wash it. Right?
Oh, no, it's not washing it. I mean, I'm sure they would, but it's not washing that they'll do when a raccoon finds a banana slug. But that was a good idea.
Yeah.
But the raccoons will roll the slug around like with their paws and coat it in dirt. So they just like make a little corn dog out of it.
Wow.
And it coats it with dirt and kind of like neutralizes the mucus and then they eat it and it's fine. Or maybe it just like, I think it's a combination of coating it and also like just scraping some of the mucus off.
Yeah.
So like if you're clever, you can figure it out, right?
Yeah. Like, I don't like this mucus. Dirt, however.
Love that. That's the seasoning, baby. That's a little bit of dirt. So those are the kind of the things that the purposes of the slime. But there's something really interesting going on, like when you really zoom in on the slime and like what it is. Mm-hmm. What state of matter would you describe? Do you think the slime belongs to? Like, how would you describe the state of matter it belongs to?
I'm going to take a wild guess here.
Okay. Well, you've got it like a 33.3% chance of getting it right.
Maybe. Well, before you said that, what I was going to go with was probably like a non-Newtonian fluid.
That is pretty much what it is. It pretty much is a non-Newtonian fluid. So what's interesting is that it is not totally solid or liquid.
Okay.
It has a structure called liquid crystal.
Okay.
In a liquid, the molecules are kind of loosey-goosey, bouncing around, going anywhere they want, really.
Yeah.
Freely moving molecules. They can't go like up into the air like a gas can.
Sure.
But, you know, they can spread to fill a container. They're not locked into one shape. As opposed to in a solid where the molecules are all kind of locked up together in place. They're organized. They have a structure that they have to stay in. So the molecules that make up the banana slug slime, they're called mucins, and they start off not as a liquid. They start off as dry granules, like little grains of rice. But then once those granules come into contact with water, they rapidly expand and like explosively grow. They can absorb water, mixing it together with the granules to make a sort of solution, expanding in volume by up to like 50 or 100 times in milliseconds, like less than half a second, which reminds me a lot of the hagfish slime that we talked about a long time ago. Hagfish slime does something like that. Like the proteins are basically stored in this sort of condensed like brick form inside the animal's body, right? Because like the animal is not going to be storing gallons and gallons of slime in its body. It's a small animal. It literally does not have space for that. So instead, it just kind of stores the concentrate and then just uses the water around it to fill it out.
Okay.
Which is really interesting. But then, so in the KQED article about this research, it was featuring an interview with a researcher named Christopher Viney, who was working on figuring out the molecular structure of this mucus. And he describes the structure of the mucin strands as being, this is a quote, semi-ordered like braided hair instead of tangled together randomly like a bowl of spaghetti. So if you imagine like the little individual strands of mucin like being fiber materials, if you have something like a bowl of spaghetti, they can go anywhere they want. They're behaving a little bit more liquid. They're going to spread out, right?
Yeah.
Whereas with braided hair or a rope, they can still bend, they can still flex, they can still move around, but they're staying in a consistent structure. So it's organized and structured, but it can move around a little bit. It has properties of both a liquid and a solid.
You know what this is making me think of?
What?
Gelatin.
I'm not very familiar with how gelatin works. Is it like this?
I don't know at a molecular level, but just, I guess, from a visual, it's what's making me think of.
Well, you mentioned non-Newtonian fluid, right? Like something that has both properties of solid or liquid depending on how you're interacting with it, basically. Like when you apply pressure to it, that like changes its sort of state of matter. So the slug's mucus can actually act as either a lubricant or an adhesive, which are contradictory, right? Something that is a lubricant should not be adhesive, and something that's adhesive should not be a lubricant.
Sure, yeah.
Lubricants are supposed to make you go more. Adhesives are supposed to make you stop going, right? Yeah. So how can the same substance act as either a lubricant or an adhesive? Because if you've ever seen a slug do something like crawl up a tree or get stuck on a stick, you pick up the stick, the slug stays stuck to the bottom. Like I've done, specifically.
Is it a difference in the direction of force?
It has to do with the locomotion of the snail and how they move.
Oh.
Because the slug slime can even support suspending the weight of their entire body.
Right.
As in, they can make like a rope of slime and hang from it. It's not the mating thing that you're probably thinking of. That's leopard slugs.
Oh.
Future episode, because I love them for that. But this is just like if they've gotten up a tree and they want to get down without having to climb all the way down the tree very, very slowly, they can like rappel down basically.
Sick.
With like, yeah, it's really cool. It's a Batman move for sure. It's more like Spider-Man, I guess.
Batman would do it.
He would. So to understand this a little bit, I was reading a paper from MIT because MIT has built a biomimetic robot called robosnail.
Good.
That is meant to mimic the movement of, they call it snails, but it doesn't have a shell. So this also works for slugs too.
Okay.
But they were specifically looking at the movement of slugs and like their use of mucus, how they are able to move through the mucus while using it as both a lubricant and an adhesive. This is a quote from the paper. They're talking about the way that the slug, if you've ever looked really, really closely at a slug crawling, the muscles of their foot kind of undulate.
Yeah.
They make like waves that like move forward in these sort of wave patterns. And they say, as each wave propagates forward, the interwave areas, so the areas between each muscular wave, must adhere to the substrate to prevent the snail from slipping backwards. Conversely, the moving portion of the foot must be allowed to slide freely forwards. This is only possible if the interstitial fluid possesses a finite yield stress. In the interwave regions, the fluid is unstressed and acts as a solid, gluing the foot to the substrate. In the wave regions, the snail must provide sufficient stress to induce the non-Newtonian fluid to yield a lubricating layer for the wave. So that was a lot of complicated words.
Yeah.
A little difficult to parse on the first read, but basically the snail, or in this case the slug, has to use its muscles in a wave pattern so that some parts of the foot are pressing down against the mucus and making it liquid.
Okay.
While other parts of the foot are staying still and leaving it solid. Mm-hmm. So it's basically alternating solid, liquid, solid, liquid, solid, liquid. Yeah. So it's able to move and stay stuck at the same time. It's like they're alternating points of pressure so that they can take advantage of both the solid and liquid states of their mucus. Which is wild. Huh. It's so neat, isn't it? Yeah. Anyone's ever made like oobleck? Have you ever done that as like a school assignment or something? Yeah. Or, I don't know, maybe you just did it for fun. Have you ever done that before?
Yeah, I was also gotten some like as a swag thing at a conference once.
What a weird thing for a conference to give out. Like, you weird nerds will love this. But like, with oobleck, if you hit it fast enough, it acts more solid. But if you touch it slowly, then it acts more liquid. Yeah. It's kind of that concept. Like the way that you interact with it and the pressure you apply to it changes how the substance behaves. Yeah. Which is fascinating to me. Mm-hmm. So they built robosnail, and then they built robosnail 2, like a second design of it that was made to move vertically up walls and on ceilings. Uh-huh. And they actually used a synthetic compound called lapinite instead of mucus. But that reminded me a lot of the gecko robot that Finley got for Christmas, which is like a fan or something.
It's a vacuum.
A vacuum. Like, it's like a little vacuum that like sucks it up against the wall. And it's so lightweight that it can keep it stuck to the wall, but you can put it like and it's remote controlled, so you make it skitter around the wall or the ceiling or whatever.
How fast does the robot move?
I would imagine quite slowly.
I think this mechanism won't work if it goes faster.
You probably have to go really, really slow.
That's probably what keeps them slow. Huh.
Yeah, if they went any faster, they would be like stiffening up the mucus too much and not able to. So I guess being slow kind of helps them here, like helps them take full advantage of.
They don't have a choice.
Yeah. Not like physically. Yeah. Well, I mean, probably physically too. I mean, there probably has,
They could not become faster without having a new mode of locomotion.
Yeah, without breaking the mucus. Yeah. Well, the mucus would be too sticky. Like they wouldn't be able to go forward on it.
Huh.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
It is.
Especially when you see them like upside down or like going up the side of a tree. You think about things like needing momentum to go like up vertical surfaces like that, but that's not what they're relying on. So they actually have to go really slowly. So cool. But that's not the only example of biomimicry of slug slime. They have been the inspiration for quite a few projects. One of them has been slug slime surgical glue. In 2017, researchers at Harvard published a report on a design for a surgical glue that was based on slug mucus that successfully patched up holes and stopped bleeding in pig heart experiments. Oh. So it was a substance that was able to adhere to wet surfaces. That was the thing that they were most like trying to get it to do, was sticking to wet surfaces. It's difficult to do that. And when they applied this like slug slime inspired glue to holes in a pig heart, it was able to stop the bleeding. So it was both like sticky enough and strong enough to do what they needed it to do. So that was an interesting application of that. But also an architect named Ilaria Mazzoleni and a biologist named Shauna Price worked together to design a greenhouse that's lined with silicone bladders. So if you imagine a greenhouse where instead of like glass panels, it's these green, rubbery looking pouches. And the silicone bladders capture and store water inside that's then released later to water the greenhouse. Oh. So I'll show you a picture. It looked really cool. Here you go. Here's a picture of it.
Huh. And that's grabbing water from like the atmosphere?
I think so. I think that's what it's supposed to be doing. It's like absorbing or at least capturing just like rainwater and then storing it in the bladders. And then like later on when you need it, when it's not raining, then using the stored water to water the plants inside.
There's a similar thing in Star Wars.
Oh boy, tell me about it.
It's just called moisture farming.
Wasn't that what they were doing on
Tatooine?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wasn't that was from like the first episode, wasn't it?
The first movie and all that. So yeah, the idea there is like very arid planet, so the moisture they have to capture from the atmosphere.
You know where else they do that?
Where?
Arrakis in Dune.
Oh yeah.
Well, something similar to that, but yeah, this is a banana slug, and this greenhouse was specifically like inspired by banana slugs, which you can see in the color too. It has that like yellow green color,
nice,
which definitely feels like you're like inside a banana slug, which is pretty cool. And just a quick little aside, I was reading this article. It was this old article from 1993 from the University of Washington magazine titled Emerging Biotechnology Promises to Transform the Materials We Use to Work and Live. And that was one of the ones that was citing the researcher Christopher Viney that I was talking about earlier. And the quote from this article that I was delighted by, kind of an aside, a little throwaway sentence, they say, and if mucus makes such an ideal highway for slugs, light rail might someday be replaced by slime rail. Give me the slime rail. I would ride it every day. We've already got the station, baby.
Yeah.
Would you ride the slime rail?
Yeah. I mean, you probably wouldn't even be able to tell the difference.
That ride would be so smooth. So smooth. But then you run into the speed problem.
Yeah.
That we have already established that like there's a speed cap on that. Otherwise the slide stops working. I mean, it's still faster than I-5. Well. But wouldn't that be, I would love to see like science fiction with some sort of like slug based train system. Like a slime trail that slugs just like high speed slug. Maybe like the slugs are normally like really, really slow, but then they get on their like slime trail and then they zoom. Like something like that. I don't know. Someone who writes science fiction, do it.
Yeah. Make it fun.
Yeah, make it fun. Take my idea, make it good. Another thing about, just to go back to like the don't put them in your mouth thing, in addition to the fact that they eat things that are poisonous and you could be, accidentally getting poisonous substances on you, banana slugs are also often carriers of the rat lungworm parasite, which can cause meningitis in humans. So it's not worth it, fam.
No.
I know you think it's gonna, I know you think you're built different. It ain't worth it. Put it down.
It's a weird animal to name after an edible fruit.
I know, right? And they look the part too. They look so edible. They're yellow, and some of them have the little brown speckles on them, like the best kind of banana, a slightly overripe one. Like they look, it's triggering the primate fruit specialist brain that's like,
No, gotta beware the strange banana.
Yes, I'm always saying that. Been saying that. Let's take a quick break to hear from our friends on the Maximum Fun Network, and then we're going to talk about ingenuity, aesthetics, and some other fun stuff for banana slugs.
Hey, Alexis.
Hey, Ella.
What animal has the most teeth?
I would guess a shark.
A snail.
No, snails don't have teeth.
They have thousands and they are freaky looking.
No, I don't want that to be true. Okay. Did you know that the hippocampus in your brain is named after the half-horse, half-fish sea creature found in Greek mythology?
I didn't know that, but we're meant to be doing animal trivia and hippocampus isn't a real animal.
Well, that doesn't matter on Comfort Creatures.
You're right, it doesn't matter at all.
Comfort Creatures is a cozy show for lovers of animals of all shapes and sizes, real and unreal.
If that sounds like your cup of tea, then join us every Thursday for new episodes on MaximumFun.org.
Are you a celebrity? Are you searching for meaning, connection, and a little levity these days? Hi, I'm Kumail Nanjiani, actor, writer, and yes, a celebrity too. And I've got 4 words for you. Bullseye with Jesse Thorne. Are you tired of junkets, red carpets, sick of the endless spicy snacks you have to eat? Do you want to connect with someone who gets your work and laugh with you a little? Join me, Andre 3000, Tom Hanks, Tina Fey, and many more and become a guest on Bullseye with Jesse Thorne from NPR and Maximum Fun.
The next category that we rate animals on is ingenuity, behaviors, clever strategies, things the animal is doing to navigate its world or solve problems that they face.
So what we got?
So I'm giving the banana slug a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
I mean, they're singularly minded, I fear.
Sure.
They just kind of go and they just hope for the best. There's a lot of vibes happening for the banana slug. Not great, even really sensory perception. They're just kind of hoping for the best. I mean, when you're living on that kind of time scale, like I mentioned, like their top speed is like 30 feet per hour. So like they're not getting anywhere fast. They're operating on just a very slowed down time scale. So they're not going to be exactly quickly reacting and thinking on their feet. It's just kind of a lot of going forward and hoping that works. They will follow each other's slime trails. So if they come across a slime trail that has the right sort of pheromone cocktail in it to suggest that it is a good potential mate, they will follow their trails to go find each other when they are going to mate. Now, on mating for banana slugs, and I'm going to talk a little bit about reproductive anatomy here. I'm going to use clinical terms, but just know it's coming up. So banana slugs, like a lot of other types of snails and slugs, are simultaneous hermaphrodites. Do you remember what this means?
Meaning possessing reproductive qualities of both male and female at the same time.
Right. Yeah. Because we've talked about some sequential hermaphrodites, which is having phases of life at which they could be reproductively male or reproductively female.
Yes.
But these, all the time, they could go either way at any time. And what's interesting is that so banana slugs can even fertilize themselves. They don't need a partner. They could fertilize themselves if they wanted to. They have the equipment for both.
Yeah.
Or if they do find a partner that they want to mate with, they could fertilize each other reciprocally, as in everyone's walking out of this encounter pregnant.
Okay.
Everyone's getting fertilized. It is a trade, a fair trade of reproductive material. And this can look different between different species. So in some, it happens all at once. They are simultaneously at the same time fertilizing each other. In some species, they take turns. So like you get me, then I get you.
Yeah.
They do have to line up their corresponding organs with each other, like if they're going to be doing it at the same time.
Sure.
And they're both on the right-hand side. So they have to do this like...
One's upside down.
It's on the ground. They're not suspended from the air like leopard slugs are. But they have to do this sort of like, they have to like curl around each other in this like spiraling sort of like yin and yang shape.
Okay.
Like so that they can line up the right sides of their body like against each other, flipped around.
Yeah.
Which actually looks kind of cool. Like I think it looks neat to see. And this process takes a very long time.
Imagine.
Hours of courtship. And then further, yet more hours of sealing the deal.
Sure.
They are taking their time. They are not in a hurry here. And then, so I mentioned earlier that interview with the researcher Janet Leonard. She really specializes in studying slug reproductive biology and behaviors, things like that. She keeps a collection in her lab that she calls the Banana Slug Ranch. Like she has just like hundreds and hundreds of banana slugs.
Okay.
What? Did you think I meant ranch dressing?
I did think that, yes.
In what context?
That's why I was confused.
Well, she basically keeps a bunch of banana slugs and like watches them and studies their behaviors and their reproductive biology. And one of the things she talked about in her interview is something called apophallation. So in some species of banana slugs, following the act of mating, they're basking, they're in the afterglow, they're cuddling, and they might need a little snack.
Okay.
As you do sometimes. And they might just reach over and chew on their partner's phallus.
Oh.
And chew it off.
Yikes.
Just the whole thing clean off.
Wow.
Specifically just that part of the body, though. It's not like they're like cannibalizing each other.
Okay.
It's specific to the reproductive anatomy.
And
remember, they both have it.
Yeah.
So it's just that one turns on the other, I guess, and chews theirs off. The researcher said in her interview that it's still not understood why they do this. It's just a thing they do sometimes.
So, does it grow back?
I have to hope so. I have to assume that it grows back. I don't know. I hope so.
How strange.
Yeah, I mean, and this is also not the kind of animal that mates with the same partner.
Yeah.
Like, sequentially, like, would have any reason to want to, like, you know, some animals will have some sort of behavior that controls their partner's, like, ability to reproduce with others. But this doesn't seem like it would help with anything.
Does this stem from like maybe a viewpoint of seeing them as competition?
See, I don't know, because any slug could be competition with any other slug.
Right. But I mean, to us, that seems odd and cruel to do it after mating. But to them, they're like, well, I got what I want. Now you're just another thing for me to compete against.
Then I think that would be a more widespread behavior. It's still pretty rare. It's not a thing that they do all the time. It's a thing that they do like every once in a while. It's rare.
At the other end, maybe they're just not smart enough. It's just, they just don't have the faculties there. They're like, oh, there's a thing near me that I think I would want to eat.
I fear it is that. It's giving praying mantis.
They just happen to be hungry at that time.
It's giving praying mantis a little bit that like it's not a sort of like that she wants to eat her partner after they're done mating.
Right.
It's that he's in melee range and she's taking an attack of opportunity. like the part of the brain that registers him as a partner like is just not functional and is just like, okay, you're a thing I can eat.
Is this behavior specific to banana slugs?
That's the only type of slug that I know of that does this.
Okay. I think it's funny that it's the one that we called a banana slug.
I see it. Clearly, they think they taste pretty good too. And they do actually eat either their own slime or other slugs' slime, which is kind of like a reduce, reuse, recycle approach. Because they are still like, it still is costly to the body to be producing mucus that you just kind of put out into the world and then leave it behind. So it's kind of their way of like bringing those mucins back into their body so that they can recycle them.
I wonder if the resources involved are the kind of thing where like they can just run out of slime, or if they run out of whatever that resource is, that's just enough to die.
I figure if they have run out of slime, something else catastrophic has probably also happened. So like the circumstances that would lead to that happening probably would have killed the slug already.
Sure.
Yeah, it can't be good.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're overly stressing a slug and making it overproduce mucus.
Because if they're still alive and they can no longer produce slime, they're not going to be able to refill that resource.
What's the point of living? If I can't slime, who am I?
Yeah.
But at what cost? Yeah, so they do have a little bit of an infinite slime glitch if they can manage to eat either their own slime or someone else's. Mm-hmm. So that brings me to aesthetics for banana slugs, just how nice they are to look at. I'm giving them an 8 out of 10. Okay. They're pretty darn cute. If you've ever gotten real up close and personal with one, as I tend to do when I see them, I like to like crouch down on the ground and get a million pictures. Mm-hmm. And what do you think?
I think they're very cute. Is there any reasoning behind the coloration specifically? Or?
You know, at first I didn't think so. Okay. Every time I saw a banana slug, they're like this bright yellow, up here at least. Yeah. They're like this sort of yellowish green color. And they tend to have these like dark brown or black spots on them, which to me, especially in the areas where I usually see them, where they're usually against like brown and green, it seems very conspicuous. Mm-hmm. Like it's obvious you're going to see them. But then I saw them, it was on the West Hylebos Wetlands Boardwalk Trail. Sure. And it was in the fall. And one of the rhododendron trees that was growing over the trail had been losing its leaves. Those leaves were the exact same color as the banana slugs and the same shape. Where as I was walking down the trail that had all of these fallen rhododendron leaves everywhere, I kept over and over again, I kept stopping because I thought I saw a banana slug, but it was just one of these leaves. So it's kind of camouflage working in the opposite direction, where I'm mistaking the leaves for the slug. And so I saw it. I was like, okay, that actually does work pretty well as camouflage. But then that would only be for like a tiny portion of the year and only for like a specific type of leaf, right? So like I can't imagine that they would have adapted their entire body to camouflage into like such a specific circumstance. But I do think, I mean, maybe there could also be some aposematism going on because they do have that unpleasant slime. So it could be a little bit of like a warning, like brightly colored, like, hey, don't eat me. I'm going to be kind of gross. Yeah. Could be something like that. Yeah. So this is usually where we talk about conservation status for animals. These are not evaluated and they're not known to be particularly threatened. They seem to be doing okay, but they are very ecologically important. So they are decomposers. They help clean up the forest floor. If something is rotting, something is dead on the ground, slugs are really good at coming in and breaking that material down. And that is really important for things like redwood saplings. Redwood trees don't just spawn into existence, 200-300 feet tall.
Right.
They have to start out teeny, tiny. And in order to break through all of the vegetation, all the, nettles and vines and stuff on the forest floor, they need some of that to be cleared away. And slugs are really important for that. They're really, really, really important for the health of redwood forests. So I wanted to throw in a couple of fun little things. First of all, that same researcher I talked about a couple times already, Janet Leonard, she mentioned a long out of print cookbook featuring recipes for cooking banana slugs.
Really?
Yes. So apparently this is something you can't really get anymore, but she mentioned that she had got her hands on a copy, and this is her quote about this cookbook. She says, "The story is that back in pioneer days, especially farther north in Washington and Oregon, some of the French and German pioneers who were accustomed to eating snails at home would get banana slugs and eat them in times of hardship." And she goes on to say, "But my favorite recipe from the cookbook is the banana slug daiquiri. The story with a daiquiri is that you blend up the banana slugs and then throw away the blender."
Okay. Huh.
It's like if someone was like, "Here's a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich."
Yeah.
You put cheese on bread and you grill it and then you throw it away and you make a pizza instead.
All right.
So I thought that was kind of funny. I don't think I would eat a banana slug if confronted with one. You've eaten snails, though.
Yeah, I mean, I've had escargot.
Would you eat banana slug?
Probably not wild ones.
Well, no, don't do that. That's a bad idea, as previously discussed. But if someone had one and they were like, "Hey, it's lived in a lab its entire life, it is guaranteed to not poison you."
Is it still alive when they're asking me? Like, if you want to eat this, I will kill this slug for you.
Oh my God, what?
Now I'm going to say no.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, don't do that. But okay, it's already died of natural causes. Of old age. It reached a fine old life. It enjoyed a happy, comfortable, luxurious life.
I'd say it's not about the years, it's about the miles, but
It's about the yards, perhaps.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah. Maybe if I saw the end result and it was particularly appetizing.
I'm imagining it's just drowned in butter, probably.
I mean, that's the escargot way.
Right?
No, I do wonder about the toxins, because plenty of toxins, like cooking the meat or whatever, doesn't usually get rid of a lot of those toxins.
Right.
So
yeah.
I wonder about that.
Not good. Not worth it to me, I think. You're going to mess up your prions or something.
I'm controlled by a zombie fungus thing.
Did I ever tell you, or I think you may have been there with me, the time that I accidentally isekai'd a banana slug? It's like we were hiking. I think maybe it was just me and Isaac, but like we had picked up a walking stick, as you do, just like a big sturdy looking stick that you just use for, hiking, and probably hiked, I want to say like 2 miles with this walking stick, and then realized that the walking stick we'd been using the entire time, which we had picked up at the beginning of the trail, had a banana slug stuck on it. And then we were like, well, now I feel bad. Because we just accidentally
abducted this slug.
Not only that, but took it farther than it ever would have been capable of traveling in its entire lifetime. If it had traveled in a straight line its whole life, it probably couldn't have made it that far.
Right.
If you just if some sort of giant incomprehensible creature just grabbed you and then dropped you on the moon. Here you go, buddy. This poor slug. Okay, so as I teased earlier, the last thing that I would like to say about the banana slug is about the University of California, Santa Cruz's mascot.
Oh.
In the early 1980s, the University of California, Santa Cruz, UCSC, joined the NCAA. And at the time, they had no official school mascot.
Oh.
They were unrepresented. Athletes at the school wanted sea lions to be the mascot. Like, they were really leaning into the sea lion thing. But the USC website writes, the wider student body would have none of it.
Oh.
And they continued to root for banana slugs, even after a sea lion was painted in the middle of the basketball floor. After 5 years of dealing with the two mascot problem, an overwhelming pro-slug vote by students in 1986 convinced the chancellor to make the humble but adored banana slug UCSC's official mascot.
All right.
So basically they just mutinied. Like, they tried really hard to like soft launch sea lions as the mascot, and the student body was like, no, thank you. I shan't be doing that. So I was reading about how like during sports games, the like students that were attending the sports games would like chant things like slime 'em. So they just like sort of homebrewed their own like weird mascot that they just refused to recognize sea lions completely. And to this day, Sammy the Slug is their school mascot. And the chancellor of UCSC at the time, Robert Schinsheimer, wrote in response to the vote, "As is well known, I would prefer a mascot with more spirit and vigor. However, the students are entitled to a mascot they desire and with which they can identify. I also suggest that it would be most desirable for our biological scientists to begin a program of genetic engineering research upon the slug to improve the breed. The potential seems endless." This is where you lose me, Robert. What are you talking about? He's like, maybe we could make a better banana slug. He's like, if they're going to be our mascot, we might as well make him cool.
Sounds like a book in a series you're reading. Call it Children of Slime.
The new book is coming out soon. I'm so excited. Oh my god! So it's just, you can hear him coping like as he's writing this. He's trying so hard. He's like seething about it. Like, I can't believe I got stuck with a stupid banana slug.
Maybe they can genetically modify it into something I will accept.
Maybe we can fundamentally change it as an animal. Give it lasers or something cool. I don't know. and they have this sort of like slogan that you'll see bounced around sometimes. You see it like on t-shirts. I see it in Reddit posts a lot about the school. This like little slogan they use sometimes for the banana slugs where they say, "No known predators."
Oh, that was actually a question I was thinking of. Like, you were talking about their ecological importance. Is it a food source for anything particularly?
It's not an easy one. Yeah. Like, things will eat it, but like it's a pain.
Yeah.
You know, like it's not fun. Nobody's having a good time.
There's not like an animal running around who's a specialized slug eating.
No, it's kind of, you have to be in dire straits to take a slug. But like
something.
They'll do it, but like they're not happy about it.
Okay.
I think birds will, like birds of prey, I think are not as like affected by the mucus as mammals tend to be.
Okay.
So I think birds will go for it. But so the no known predators slogan is, unfortunately, it is false.
Sure.
But that reminds me a lot of the t-shirts we used to get from UNF that said like UNF like football.
Oh yeah. Undefeated. Oh, there's a tie-in. Got it.
Yeah. That's what it reminded. The no known predators thing reminded me of the. We went to a school that did not have a football team. And there was no football team, but you could get t-shirts that said UNF football, and then underneath it said like undefeated.
Yeah.
Which was funny. So that's banana slugs.
Thanks, babe.
I had a lot of fun. I learned a lot that I didn't expect to learn. Learned more than I wanted to about fluid dynamics, but c'est la vie, I guess. Thank you, dear listeners, for listening and having fun with us, spending this time with us. If you had a great time, I would love it if you left behind some nice words for us in a review on your podcast app of choice. Like you're going to like this one. A highwayman. I'm the highwayman. Who writes, for the lemming myth, did we not just follow one stupid person off of a cliff of knowledge? Really makes you think. They write, awesome podcast. Thanks for clearing up the lemming misinformation.
We did it.
We did it. So thank you all. If you want to come hang out with us online, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Discord, and Blue Sky. Links to everything will be in the episode description, including the work cited from this episode. If you want to learn more about the network, the other shows on it, and how you can be a part of supporting our podcast, plus get access to our monthly bonus episodes like this most recent one where we made a tier list for soup, head over to MaximumFun.org. And finally, we'd like to thank Louis Zong for our theme music. Thank you, Louis Zong. And thank you, Christian.
Anytime.
Anytime? I'm going to wake you up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, okay.
Say, wake up, babe. It's time to record.
Yeah, you'll wake up at 2 a.m.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Maximum Fun,
a worker-owned network
of artist-owned shows.
Supported
directly
by you.